Hi, this is Rick Harris. I'd like to welcome you to Delta Forestry Group. We are based out here in Pitt Meadows in beautiful British Columbia, Canada.
Dean Garofano. I'm the President and Chief Operating Officer of the Delta Forestry Group, and we're currently here at our Halo sawmill facility in Pitt Meadows, British Columbia. Well, this is how we transport to our mills. So the coastal mills here are generally located on the riverbank. We'll barge them from areas further out, obviously in the rough seas. The barges unload down in Howe Sound, and then from there we can tow all the way up the river. Well, when you're in the rough seas, so if you're coming from the north coast or the mid-coast where the seas are going to be pretty rough, you need to barge down. Once you get to the island or Howe Sound, then you're okay with towing the logs in the river.
My name's Steve Porter. I'm the manager at Halo Sawmills. We've got these two new compressors as part of the BC Hydro program. Yeah, and our energy usage came way down because they're, like right now I can hear that compressor lowering down, so it's not the high demand where other compressors would run full out all the time. With the red cedar, a lot of it goes into boards, clear VG boards, and that's more on the clear log. The merch logs, we run a lot of timbers on those. And then we also run yellow cedar. We run a merge program on that, a clear program on that. We'll run hemlock. We run a lot of clear programs on that. Clear flitches, timbers. We have our own internal program on the hemlock. Then we also run fir programs with a lot of timber programs. We go on a timber frame. We also run a ton of clear programs on the fir. We will run spruce. We've done some, don't do spruce very often, but the last spruce we did went into guitar wood for special guitar programs. So this here is our clear vertical grain boards, and that'd be a clear flat grain board.
What do these numbers mean?
Just the grade marks we would use internally to draw the grades. We have defects, the knots of here. We're looking for a clear 7 foot and longer recovery on the shock grade.
Where cedar really isn't graded for a lot of applications where you need that structural aspect. You have to go to a Doug fir.
Yeah.
So an engineer can count on a certain grade and a species having a certain amount of strength.
Every species has their spec. Exactly.
Pickets and mule poles to garden stakes, to furniture, all kinds of different applications. So that'd be a 1 inch not be better.
So this is a Douglas fir 4x5 inch. What is this product used for?
That one is for cross arms. So that one would be up on telephone poles. You would see at the top of a telephone pole what all the wires are on. This is what that's used for. It's a cross arm. So it's got to be a specific grade for the strength to carry those wires. So it has the rated grading, the knot size, all has to be special. These will go and they'll get manufactured, pre-drilled and everything for hydro, and they send those all through North America.
What's this?
So those are fir timbers. They'd be 10 by 10 heart center timbers, 26 feet long. Well, these are going to be used structurally. This order here is for a house project right now. So the heart center would be the pith of the tree, so that's the center of the tree. That's where everything starts and grows from there, the center out. So every year you'll get a ring will be the annual growth on that tree for every year. So this is a heart center 1 and better grade. So 1 and better would be the size of the knots, the quality of the grain, etc. The for your heart is this package down here, so they don't have the pith.
No, hemlock unfortunately doesn't have some of the higher value logs that the fir and cedar do, and yet, as you say, it's about 60% of our forest. So the key is to utilize that hemlock and, as you say, enhance the value as much as we can. So here at Delta, what we're trying to do is we're trying to make a premium product, first of all, and we're doing a lot of, like you can see here, we've got some 3x12, some nice 3x12 timbers. We're trying to do some specialty timbers and really tap into that market. We're doing a lot of long length timbers for some of these big projects on dock work and stuff like that to try and maximize the value as much as we can.
This is the control center for this whole automated trim line bin sorter. So everything is run, controlled from this room. So we put a certain cut in, and all the graders would grade the lumber with their lumber crayons, and they would make the decisions on what the grades are on the wood. They'll go through there, read the grade mark, scan the piece of lumber, make the decisions on trimming, go through the automated trim box, and send it to the appropriate bins, whether it's going to the bin or to the timbers. When we load a cut-in, we have to go through every grade line by line and put all the parameters for each grade, each size into the computer. Then that computer will read the grade mark, check the size of the piece, and depending on the grade mark versus the size, it will make the decisions on what the trimming solutions would be for those products.
So the grade mark is given by a human being?
Given by the human being, because this product is so valuable, you need the human eye to grade it so you can make the value decisions versus the computer, because it's so valuable and it's very much appearance orientated on the quality of the clear lumber.
But the computer does do some
The computer
measurements
does the
and
measuring
calculations.
for weighing and length on the size, and it'll make trimming decisions.
Typically, we're doing like the grade cutting or value cutting compared to an interior mill that might just be doing, you know, framing lumber. So there's so many different grades at play.
Yeah. Clear vertical grain, 8 to 14 foot. It's a 2x6 package. It's 12 foot in length. There's 84 pieces in that package. Our 9-foot head rake is our primary breakdown machine center for the logs. It all depends on what type of log we're cutting. If we're doing a grade cutting, a lot of times we'll do a 4-sided pattern to extract the clear off, and then we'll further process that clear to extract the value out of that log. If we're on a smaller birch type log, that's meaning it's more knots, it's sound, it's more structural timbers, we'll have a different sawing pattern for that, so there'll be less lines. Those slabs will move over to our bull edger, and that edger will extract the value, whether it's 2x6, 2x4, get as many clear boards, merge boards through that piece of lumber to extract the value of each piece that goes over there. And he'll also be taking those clear, bigger boards, flitches, and he'll make, it all depends on what customer we're cutting and what we're trying to get at, whether it's clear flitches, clear boards. We could be making 2x6 boards out of that, vertical grain, or we could maybe be making a 4x6 or a 6x6 merge or an 8x8 merge, extract the value. It all depends on what quality wood is coming off of our head rake and our customer demands for their order profile.